Okay, Enes Kanter Freedom. He's putting China in a full court press, but not everyone is playing along.
Kanter says members of the NBA have begged him to take off his custom shoes that call out the CCP. Wow, that's unbelievable.
Now he's raising his voice for Venezuelans trying to live the American dream like himself. Mr. Freedom joins us now. It is an honor, I speak on behalf of all of us, to have you this morning. If I may, when the members of the NBA beg you to take those sneakers off, what do you say to them?
I was like, I'm getting ready for my citizenship test, and there are 27 amendments. My first amendment is the greatest amendment of all time, freedom of speech. And I pretty much told them, was like, listen, whatever happens, I'm not going to take the shoes off. Go tell your boss. And they said, listen, this might get you in trouble. You might get, you're banned. I was like, I don't care if I get banned, if I get fined, anything like that. I am putting something on my shoes that what people need to know what's going on around the world. And I'm not breaking any rules because I have conversation with, Adam Silver, the commissioner. And he said, I'm not breaking or violating any kind of rules. So I'm not taking off my shoes. Go tell your boss. And, they said, okay.
Well, go ahead.
I want to ask Enes this because it's important to dive into his political opinion and his political positioning, and Rachel's going to do that in just one moment. But Enes, we've met once before. I spent years covering sports, and I can't tell you, I'm fascinated by this angle of this as well. Your teammates, the locker room. You've definitely taken a stand where you stand alone right now. How is that for you inside your locker room with your personal relationships?
My teammates are my biggest motivation. They always have stand right beside me. And obviously, not just my teammates, but many of the players around the league are reaching out to me and saying, thank you, finally. I'm often asking them, is like, listen, why don't you just join me? And many of them says, these are not my teammates. These are the people, other players around the league are saying that these teams got us. If we talk about any of this stuff or issues that you're talking about, you're not going to be able to find a contract next year, or our endorsement deals or our sponsors was going to go crazy. So that's why many of the athletes around the league actually are reaching out to me and sending me talking points, are saying, what about this? What about this guy? What about this sponsor? So I was like, I have no problem with calling out sponsors, calling out teams, calling out NBA, because, this is what needs to be done and someone had to do it.
Wow. I mean, I have to tell you, my heart is so big right now listening to you because I'm just so inspired by you. First of all, I want to say merhaba. I lived in Turkey for 3 years. I lived in Turkey, beautiful country, for 3 years, growing up as a military brat. You inspire me, and I think that what is so interesting about these conversations that you're saying that you're having with your teammates is that you're a new American, and yet you seem to have the American independent rebel spirit. And so many of them are choosing money over morals and freedom. What does that make you think about in terms of you being a new American?
Oh, man. I remember first time coming to America back in 2009, where one of my teammates criticized the president. And I was so scared of him. I turned around and I was like, dude, what are you doing? They're going to come and put you in a jail. And he said, listen, brother, this is not Turkey. This is America. You have freedom of speech here. It is so amazing. People need to understand how blessed and lucky that they're in this situation. There's, so many violations are happening all around the world. And obviously America has her own problems too, but people feel needs to be lucky and, feel special to be in the situation because you got freedom of speech, religion, expression, press, and you got democracy, and, you got human rights in here.
You're going after Venezuela as well. Nicolas Maduro is a very evil dictator. So you're seeing a rise of authoritarianism, not just in China and Venezuela, but around the world. What else do you plan to do to stand up to tyranny?
One thing about Venezuela, first of all, dictatorships are happening not just in Turkey or China, but all around the world. In recent years, more than 6 million Venezuelans have been forced to leave their country and looking for a chance to survive. And many of them live now as refugees or illegal immigrants around the world. My goal was to not just talk about Turkey or China, about all the dictatorships around the world. And I'm going to get them one by one, because I believe that this platform is given me by God. And, the one thing about me, I'm not scared of anything. I'm not scared of anyone by God. So I'm like, try to use my platform as much as I can to inspire young generation, because that's what we need the most.
Enes, I hope this isn't the last time that we talk.
We want to have you back.
Fascinating conversation.
Enes
For sure. Let me know
Freedom.
whenever you need. I'm a big fan. So
All right.
please let me know.
All right.
Take
Freedom.
care.
Around.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Huge fan. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir.
Love that guy.
So as the sun comes up, a clearer picture of the devastation from tornadoes that hit overnight. Keep it here for the latest from the Heartland.